to the right side of the table.
Never easy,
John Higgins,
that.
1.
He's blocked the pocket for the Reds. But there is an alternate to the middle pocket. Good pot. The black was always going to be available. But he's got to be fairly precise now with the position on this, with the black being so close to the pocket. Not easy to control the cue ball, but there are, what, 3 or 4 reds that are potable without going into them here.
Played the pot with left of centre striking, which did check the cue ball, but still left only a very tricky pot on the back red. He prefers one to the middle, bridging over the bunch. Just an awkward little angle, this. That's why he's just checked and got back down again. Had to make sure he got the cannon correctly, and he's fine. He's got an angle on the red to get back on the black. So this is a good scoring opportunity in the opening frame of this session. And he looked in devastating form this afternoon. He really did cue so smoothly. And indeed looked as if he might lead 6-2.
24.
When he obtained the 2 snookers he needed in the last frame of the afternoon.
$25.
Important cannon coming up. He'll play a cannon onto the red to the left of the bunch, because there's one at the back that's on. So this could really open the game up.
$32. $33.
As soon as O'Sullivan gets the bunch open and has the black on its spot, you're thinking possible frame-winning break.
Yes, it's exactly the same with John Higgins and Stephen Hendry. And
40.
The top players want to get the reds open as soon as possible. But this gentleman, well, he's just a potting machine, isn't he?
$41.
Whatever the score you resume with, it's highly desirable to get a good start to a new session. So that you have the momentum.
$44. $45.
It's a little bit awkward here with the blue not on its spot and the pink tied up. So green will get him up to the red near the pink there. And when he removes this red, the one It's just behind the pink and red
48.
will be available. So what a start.
49.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Slightly awkward. Doesn't know quite where to put his bridge hand.
And that's the red that became available when Ronnie removed the one to the opposite corner.
56.
And
57.
56 the lead. Black and one more red, and it's 6-3.
$64. $65.
So O'Sullivan for sure is going to go
71.
3 clear again at 6-3, as he was at 5-2.
72.
Just under 7 minutes for this effort. So. Have to pull out a cracking pot now to keep the break going, but for him
79.
safe. That's the main part.
The story of the frame simply told. John Higgins missed an awkward black off its spot with the rest. O'Sullivan stepped in with 79 to extend his lead to 6-3.
It's becoming deeper, and it's getting harder to dig yourself out of it because the chances that you get seem to be more important when you get them.
And you say to yourself,
Thank
if I
you,
get a
frame
chance,
10.
I just have to take
Ronnie
it.
O'Sullivan.
And that adds added pressure.
Yes, there's the problem. There's the problem, and you've got to try and play as relaxed as possible, but you can't help thinking that you've got to make the most and convert your chances.
Ronnie breaking off left-handed again, and then I think back to Clive and Dennis.
He seems to be doing that a lot. I don't know why, but it's a textbook break-off shot. He's left the cue ball exactly where he's supposed to leave it from the break-off. Tight on the baulk cushion behind the green.
An awkward angle, this red, if he was to take the pot on, and that would be very difficult with the cue ball on the cushion. The white would be heading over towards the red and black, so that's why it's not really an option for John. If he takes it on, I didn't think he would. You just can't afford to leave Ronnie in amongst the balls straight away, not when you're 6-3 down. He needs to create an opening for himself, John. He needs to play a couple of good safety shots to force Ronnie into making a mistake. But Ronnie's tactical play in this final has been superb also. It's a great winning formula. You can't beat that, Clive. Good safety play. When you get a chance, you clear the table.
O'Sullivan aspires to play this game perfectly. You never quite can. Even he can't, except in spells. But he relishes every challenge the game has to offer. All the strange positions the balls can get into.
1.
A generous round of applause for a very good plant and a little bit of good fortune this time. John wasn't sure what the white was going to do, and I think he needs a little bit of run of the ball. Now, how many can he make from this chance?
Yes, Higgins needs to start his counter-attack here.
7. Eight.
Black's still a little bit awkward. He's got the pink that's available. If he can get on one of the reds either side of the black, he could develop. And that's what he's tried. If he can pot the red and nudge a red away from the black, he could open things right up here.
14.
Just depends on the angle he has. That's okay. He can just run through and nudge that red away. And now he's got them open.
15.
I just feel, Clive, there's a lot of snooker left in this final because John Higgins is
22.
quite capable of running 3 frames off with 3 frame winning breaks.
$23.
Well, Higgins is scoring pretty heavily when he gets the chance. He's already made 2 50s and 2 70s in this match, and he's only won 3 frames.
$30.
Sure.
31.
A couple of loose reds, but he's just looking at the one that's to the right of the bunch to see if it's available in the left corner. Not quite sure. That may be a little bit tight, but he's played for a choice of reds, one to the middle and that one at, yes, it's available.
38. $39.
Hasn't got the angle to go into the reds, but he's got the 2 loose ones to play for. Left it a wee bit
46.
awkward. Just wanted to be a bit further over the table, but he should be okay. That's the shot he can play, pot the red and just stun over past the pink and leave the black, I would think. Well, he screwed back for the blue. He was straighter on that red, but now he's the wrong side of
47.
the blue. Important to avoid yellow and brown to get back for that loose red.
$52.
Whether or no this turns into a frame-winning break would appear to depend on the angle that Higgins could get on his colour from this red to open the bunch.
$53.
Now the red on the right side cushion is stopping him from coming off the cushion and going into pink and red, so he might have to try and just develop that red. No, he could miss it, but he's missed the reds also.
$56.
Here's the Higgins family. John Sr. on the left, Josephine, Denise Higgins, John Jr.'s wife.
And did you see who was in the background, Clive? Les
John
Dodd.
Higgins, 56.
That's the smiling Les Dodds from Southport. What a player Les was, and still is, still playing away at Clive.
Qualified 3 times for the Crucible, a former Slimmer of the Year, and I emphasise the former.
I think he won that twice, Clive. Slimmer of the Year twice.
Yeah, he's going to have to win it again. Anyway, Higgins unsuccessful at the end of his 56 break in opening the bunch. So he's got to get in again to clinch the frame.
That's a pretty good shot because he's put the other red slightly out of play. He knows that Ronnie could quite easily get back into this frame with the 5 loose reds around the pink there. Well, he decided to try and get that red back into play, but he's left a possible pot for John. This is a big shot. If he knocks this in, you would fancy him to drop on a colour. This could be the key to the frame. Bit of pressure on that one.
Encouraging shouts for O'Sullivan. That red and what could have followed, and it wouldn't have needed to be much. Would have clinched the frame for Higgins.
Yeah, he wants to have a go at that red in the left corner. It's a bit awkward with the brown there. But he's coming around to have another look at it. If he doesn't fancy it, he's going to bring the red into play, the only red that's safe. And that puts John Higgins under slightly more pressure. One mistake now and, well, look where the reds are. Tough shot now for John Higgins. He's played a few safety shots this afternoon where he didn't catch them right and let Ronnie in. Now, he might even be, well, it's too thin a cut. Surely he's not taking this pot on. No, just to safety, but it's not the best. That has let John down. He's usually such a good tactical player, but he's left his safety shots the wrong side of the baulk line a few times today, and it's been costly.
It could be costly again.
1.
All reds in potable positions.
8.
And Ray Reardon 6 times world champion in the 70s.
9.
Now O'Sullivan's mentor, that's him on the right, watching on with considerable interest.
And sporting a new hairstyle. He's had the same hairstyle since he was at school, Ray, but he's now got it spiked up a little bit.
16.
He decided he was going to have a change. He said his missus didn't approve, but I think he suits it, Clive.
Well, I know he enjoys being around the snooker tournaments again,
17.
having found a new role.
And this is the sort of situation that Ray Reardon used to be so good at. A chance to clinch a frame when you're
24.
50 odd behind. He did it so many times himself. Now the 2 reds the left side of the table, they're not perfectly
32.
placed, so he'll have to be very precise when he plays for those.
33.
This is such a key frame in the match. It really is.
A clearance would put O'Sullivan 7-3 ahead,
39.
4 clear. Higgins was first in with 56, looking as if he was going to reduce his arrears to 6-4.
Well, he can't do anything about it. He's just got to hope that somehow Ronnie can slip up, but he's made very few mistakes in this final. Now that might be a little bit short. He was hoping to leave a straight red into the middle pocket. He could have dropped that in and it would have been so easy to get on
45.
one of the ball colours. But it's more of a half ball. It's as if the white would go between yellow and brown if he takes the red to the middle. And he's got the cannons, but it's finished okay. But
46.
you're never quite sure what's going to happen when you're having to cannon into other balls.
A caption slid across our screens just then,
48.
showing that O'Sullivan has missed only 4%
50.
of the pots he's attempted.
You just can't give this man
53.
any sort of chance at all. Quick look at the scoreboard. And John had a quick look at the scoreboard as well. Brown, blue and pink. Needed. It was just that safety shot again, Clive, that John didn't get near the balk cushion. He left it this side of the balk line, and it's been costly.
57.
Got to be careful with this blue. But he's plumb on the pin.
62.
John Higgins was first in with 56, but couldn't open the bunch. And later played a poor safety. O'Sullivan clears up with 75 and increases his lead to 7-3.
Tournament's really going well.
John Higgins
Yes,
to
the
break.
composure around the table for me is the best. He looked like he was going to clear up. it wasn't really in doubt. Obviously a little hiccup there on the last red, but you know, the red went in the middle of the pocket, perhaps a little bit of luck the way they sorted themselves out, but you know, you're looking there, and it's ominous.
I think if John's got an inkling in this final, it's got to come in this frame. He's got to win this frame.
Well, Ronnie O'Sullivan is just in a class of his own at the moment. Terrific snooker, but John Higgins will not give 1 inch. Let's see what Ronnie can do here. Back to Clive and Dennis.
Experience will have taught O'Sullivan to take nothing for granted. He's lost 3 of his 4 Masters finals, 2 from well in front. 8 years ago, he was 8-4 up on Steve Davis and lost 10-8. And last year, he led Paul Hunter 7-2, but was defeated 10-9. There's still time for this match to turn round.
That's a better length of safety from John Higgins. That's a bit more like what we're used to seeing from him. That's near the black. Well judged. I'm just going back, Clive, to the last frame. Do you remember Ronnie refused a red and brought the red off the side cushion and left all the reds in potable positions? It shows you how confidently he's thinking, because he was thinking he was going to get a chance and he was going to clear up.
Not only a great potter and break builder, but a great tactician. He wasn't thinking of winning the frame in 2 visits. He was thinking, if I get this right, if I get the chance, I can clear up in 1.
A generous round of applause, but John was trying to get that white tight in the cushion. That's a bonus, the fact that it's finished up behind the brown. He's going to try and nestle in this one near the back cushion. It's a pretty good effort.
He's got great defence as well as great attack.
I've been trying to think if he's got a fault at all, Clive, Ronnie O'Sullivan. Well, there's one red he can have a go at, the one to the left of the pink, and he can get round the back of the red and black. But interesting, he's playing the safety shot. Very disciplined. Ronnie normally would have a go at that type of shot, Clive.
Yes, as well as he's playing, he's taking just a few less risks than he used to.
Might be forced. Well, not forced. He'll take a long one on this time. John catching the brown there. The black only available into one corner pocket. He's got reds into this right corner, which will enable him. He can play for blue or even screw further back down the table should he wish. Now, this just shows how well Ronnie's cueing, because it's almost straight, this red, I feel. Dead straight.
Like an arrow from a bow.
1.
Well, that's the difference there. 200 balls potted by Ronnie O'Sullivan. Half that potted by John Higgins. Now, where's the white going to finish? Doesn't want to be hampered with the blue when it's respotted. And he's not.
6.
Just needs a couple of shots to sort this out and get into a good position. Eventually he'll try and get on the red and then the black, you know, that are together there.
7.
At the moment, the black is only potable into one corner pocket.
Just finish a little awkward. A bit further up the table with the white. He could have potted the red, moved the one next to it and been on the pink. But it's just a fraction out either way. Now, if he takes this one on to the right corner, left-handed, he's got to play it with side. He's putting loads of side on this. Just watch the white come off the cushion and straighten up. Now, that's a terrific shot.
13.
Right-handed, but to play it with your opposite hand, just watch the white check back. Didn't push the red on that he cannoned. That's
20.
what he was trying there. So this is much more difficult now. And he's got to get back for the black to the same pocket. Well, he's just cueing so well.
21.
Needs a little nudge again on the red. It's finished awkward. Is he on a red?
28.
He might not be.
O'Sullivan looking to see whether he could clip a red to right corner. Left-handed for no apparent reason.
Surely he wasn't getting down to play the plant left-handed. He must have been thinking about it, but thought better of it. I'm just wondering if he can see enough of this red to pot. He needs to be running over virtually the pink spot to get to the potting angle of the red into the right corner. That's the red that he's looking at to sneak into the right corner. It's there.
$29.
Well, Clive, believe it or not, Ronnie O'Sullivan's had a 100% success rate with the rest. 6 times he's used it in this final.
34.
And, 6 times he's potted the ball with it, although one of them was a terrific fluke this afternoon.
35.
Right-handed, left-handed, rest shots, all the same to him.
I think his weakness, he's not much good with the long rest. Clive.
40. $41.
I wonder whether there's anybody prepared to bet against O'Sullivan winning the frame at this visit. Oh, got the pot despite a very nasty kick.
Yeah, sure.
I'll just watch the black here. Just jumped off the spot. Just took the pace out of the cue ball, but
48.
the way he's cueing is not going to make a lot of difference, you wouldn't think.
$49. $56. $57.
This is a masterclass.
Well, Clive, I've played the game of snooker since I was 9 or 10 years of age. I played as a professional for 30 years, and
64.
there's no one gets me excited like this gentleman watching him play snooker. He really is incredible. He's a joy to commentate on and
65.
a joy to watch.
He's known as the Rocket, and it gives a whole new meaning to the
70.
phrase rocket science.
71.
I mean, John Higgins, he's cueing so well, but he's just not getting a chance. He's making the odd little error, and all he can do is sit and watch.
$78.
I bet he doesn't pop
79.
one this time. Even the great Ronnie O'Sullivan. Well, maybe he can hit the blue. Maybe he can hit the green. Maybe he'll pot it.
79 on the frame, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Yet another superb break from Ronnie O'Sullivan, this time of...
Ronnie is, you get the little nudges, but this is perfect cueing here. Absolutely dead straight and right in the heart of the pocket.
Well, that is the secret, ultimately, isn't it? He delivers the cue through
Thank
so
you, frame
straight
12.
and true.
Ronnie O'Sullivan to break. Put the cameras away now, please.
Clive, he's got the white there again with the left-handed break off. It's quite remarkable, isn't it?
Has he got a groove down there? That's exactly where he put it the last time.
Well, John Higgins is going to take this red on because the black is available. He wouldn't leave anything. The only thing he could leave is the red he's taking on now. Let's see if John can knock
Be
this
quiet
in.
up there, please.
Just a little bit of noise coming from the back of the arena. It's such a vast arena, this, but the atmosphere on finals night is something special. Good effort.
Higgins has potted several balls length of the table from tight on the rail and almost got that one. Higgins is cueing well. There's nothing much the matter with his game, but O'Sullivan is pouncing on every semblance of error.
Well, the crowd want this match to continue. Nice generous round of applause for a fluke. But this is a tricky brown he's faced with. He could drop on the red that's just above the black. So a big shot coming up. Needs this in. A lot of pressure on that one. He knew he was going to stick Ronnie in if he didn't knock that brown in.
And it's the sort of shot that's much easier
Settle down, please.
when you're flowing, not when you're getting one chance every 20 minutes.
1.
His target here will be that red that's closest to the black. If he misses the red on the way up, he's perfect, but I think he's going to catch the red.
3.
End of break.
A far from easy positional shot though, that.
Yes, he just got into it too well. He didn't want to go anywhere near the bunch. He wanted to slip up the side of the reds. That white should have been about 12 inches to the left of where it was travelling.
Okay. Ronnie O'Sullivan 3.
He's got John in trouble. Can't get to the reds to the left of the pink. He can get to the ones to the right, but look where the black is, blocking the path back down the table, or certainly in the way. That's the pink, I think.
Foul and a miss. Ronnie O'Sullivan 6. Free ball.
No use to him, the free ball, really. No use putting it back again.
Jimmy White, watching in the players' room, beaten 6-1 by O'Sullivan in last evening's semi-final.
And Racing Raymond on the right and William from Scotland on the left. Now there's a character if you ever seen one. Racing Raymond followed Willie Thorne since Willie was, what, 5 years of age. Willie's cost Racing Raymond a few quid, I'll tell you.
Meanwhile, the cue ball has been replaced in its original position. Higgins again electing to play as if he snookered. Oh, but this time he's made the opposite mistake. Too narrow the first time, too wide that time.
It's not quite straight on this red, otherwise he'd just roll it in and get nicely on the black, so there must be a slight angle. That's why he's just giving it a little bit of thought. Well, he is straight, so no problem.
1.
Now that is an indication that he might pot the black and just go into the back of the reds here.
An immense crowd here at Wembley and a phone ringing somewhere within it.
Well, you can see the way Ronnie's cueing there. His intention is to pot the black, come off the top cushion and just go into the red there, open a few more. This red will be available when the black's removed, so this is a decent chance if this next shot comes off. It's awkward. Awkward bridging.
He was expecting to be on this red if he wasn't on anything else, but difficult bridging, left-handed as well. It's a bigger stretch right-handed from that position.
Well, he's had 100% success rate with the rest. I'm not sure this is the first time he's used the spider. %, with the spider also.
Nine. Sixteen. 17.
See, even that little shot there, he played that with so much
24.
reverse side to spin the white out onto this red.
25.
And there you can see him leaving himself with a choice of reds, one to the middle, one to the corner, giving
32.
yourself options. That's what people say, how many shots ahead are you thinking? Well, you're never really more than 3 or 4 shots ahead. You're leaving yourself options each time, as Ronnie did there, choice of reds.
$33.
In this sort of position, the question is when and how will he choose to open the bunch and convert this into a frame-winning break?
I think now, Clive.
There was
40.
one red already out, but that was the moment.
It's the way he played it.
41.
He gets so much backspin that he screws into the reds and then the white spins again. Something that Jimmy White is very good at also. Just have a look at the white. Watch the white when it goes into the red. Stops and then spins
48.
again.
49.
Before this evening's session, John Higgins would have set his mind on maybe winning 3 out of the 4 frames, but he just hasn't
56.
had a chance. Ronnie has been devastating.
57.
All great artists like to shine on the big stage, and this is a big one.
64. 65.
Already O'Sullivan's done enough to secure the frame.
$72. 73.
the fourth consecutive frame in which O'Sullivan has made a break over 70.
$79.
Just a little bit careless
on the
for
frame,
once,
Ronnie
but not
O'Sullivan.
before. O'Sullivan had made 79 to increase his lead to 9-3 at the mid-session interval. That's 6 up, 7 to...
Certain of winning this Masters title.
Frame 13.
Let's see.
John
Change of
Higgins
shift
to
in the
break.
commentary box. Willie Thorne and John Virgo to take us through to the conclusion.
Thank you, Ray. John Higgins breaks off.
Thank you.
10 years ago, these two young players, and they're still young, 10 years ago, as we've mentioned, they played in the final. Then it was best of 17. John Higgins lost 9-3. That is the scoreline at the moment. He'd like to improve on that. Big question, Willie. Will Ronnie allow him to?
Well, you know, Ronnie's just scoring as heavily as any player's ever scored in professional snooker when he gets in and among the balls. Very rarely does not win a frame at one visit, which people like Steve Davis and Stephen Hendry have done over the years. Obviously Mark Williams and this young man coming to the table now. John Higgins has done it on many occasions, but doing it in a major final is something else. And we're talking about venues at the mid-session interval there, and this is one of the great venues along with the Crucible, John. And this new Billiardrome, that sounds a great idea to me and great for the game.
Well, absolutely. The Wembley Conference Centre is certainly the biggest venue we play in. The Crucible Theatre, the one complaint, and I'd be very much against moving away from the Crucible, but it just isn't big enough. That's what everybody thinks. But the Billiardrome, why not the Snookerdrome? Are they going to play billiards there?
Yes, I think it takes in all cue sports the word billiard, I think, but it's a great idea, and I wish Peter Bainbridge and his gentlemen that are financing the event, wish them all the best. I don't think the way John Higgins has played in this tournament, he deserves to lose, you know, something like 10-3. You know, he's played far too well in this tournament to have got absolutely slaughtered. The amazing stat for me is after 13 frames, Ronnie O'Sullivan is still over 95% pot success rate. He's at 97%.
All right, thank you.
Which is something I think he's missed about 6 or 7 pots in the whole match that he's gone for.
And there you see, John Higgins at 89%.
6.
You know, we say anything below 90% and you're struggling, but that's only just below. This has just been an awesome performance from Ronnie. And very reminiscent of the
7.
type of form he's shown in last season's World Championship. He looks in complete control, and every aspect of his game is top draw.
Sure. 14.
He gives every shot due care and attention. And the only way you could possibly see John Higgins getting back in this match is if Ronnie just falls from the level he's produced so far. It's hard to see.
15.
He is only human.
Yes, if people like Mark Williams and Stephen Lee and Matthew Stevens
22.
can get their form back, the next 3 or 4 tournaments leading up to the World Championship is going to make this game so exciting to watch, because Hendry's back in form. John Higgins, okay, not in this match, he's been in great form, but Over the last couple of tournaments,
23.
he's shown signs of coming back to his very best. And I think the game's in great hands at the moment with the array of stars we have. Once again, you see O'Sullivan refusing to play for a loose red. And this time, OK, the black's gone safe, but the pink's still available.
28.
Chance to win frame and match right here,
Touching
right now.
ball.
Was able to hold, and there's the man who may be one of the key reasons that Ronnie's having this great success, particularly at the World. I felt Ray Reardon had a lot to do with that, and he certainly played this tournament as well as
35.
he played in the World. He certainly raised the bar.
I think that's key, John, what you mentioned there down to Ray Reardon, because if you remember in the first round and a half of the World, he was very
36.
petulant and very uptight, and Reardon didn't actually join him until after the second round. That is when he played snooker like he is doing now.
Yes, he got a phone call and said, "Can you help Ronnie?" Off Ronnie's dad, actually, and Ray said, "Well, if Ronnie rings me and he wants my help, I'll come along." And Ronnie did ring him. Bit late at night, apparently, according to Ray. But
42.
they got together, and what a combination it's proved to be.
43.
Well, the barrage of breaks continue. It appears that we're going to see another 50-plus break here. The last three frames, the last four frames of this first session of this final,
49.
70 or above in every frame.
50.
And I think the only thing that Ronnie will be disappointed about is that he didn't manage to surpass Ding Junhui's high break of 141. If he wins the frame now at this visit, he can't get to that total. There's only 140 on, and when he plays the pink, it's only 139. He won't be bothered too much about that. And there's Joanne, Ronnie's girlfriend.
56.
Must be very proud.
57.
Well, he's just three more reds and colours away from winning this Masters title for the second time. And after last year, when he led 7-2
63.
and lost to Paul Hunter, I honestly thought there might have been a comeback coming tonight.
64.
But he's just played too well.
Yes, I think John Higgins has got to be philosophical about this. He's not done a lot wrong. He's just played a few loose safety shots, but... And there you go. The white flag's up. I surrender.
70.
And that is John's way of saying, well played, Ronnie O'Sullivan. This has been awesome.
71.
No other word for it. He's the man to beat now. There's no doubt about that.
77.
I think that's been the case, well, ever since the World Championship. Oh, we'll try to flick the red away from the black.
78.
It'd be great to finish on a century.
Yes, I don't mind the crowd cheering and shouting now while he's at the table, John, because they've been an excellent audience here
84.
this week. And they've seen some fantastic
Put the cameras
snooker.
away, please.
Oh, forget the cameras, Paul. Let them
85.
play.
Yeah, they want a picture. Yes, it's been a great tournament this week, hasn't it? We've had the thrill of Jimmy White with his 2-6-5
91.
victories. We've had young Ding Junhui performing great. John Higgins
92.
back to form. Peter Ebdon scintillating early on, but nothing to match the cueing, the break building, the play of the rocket Ronnie O'Sullivan.
99.
That's the 100. Well deserved.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure, and you can hear the audience now. Some of them have got the commentary cams on and listen to the commentary, and they've really enjoyed a masterclass this evening. This man, at his best, is a genius, along with a few of the other players. But when he's playing like this, it's hard to see how he can get beat.
112.
And he must be loving it, Ronnie, because any sportsman worth the salt, to play the best on the big stage, it's a great thrill. He's played off the jaw of the middle pocket to retain position for the pink. And now just the black to put the seal on a superb performance. Well played, Ronnie O'Sullivan. John Higgins offers his hand.
Well done, Ronnie, well played. I like it.
Ronnie O'Sullivan, absolutely fantastic. And he is the 2005 Riley's Club Masters champion. And boy, does he deserve it.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you now welcome the presentation party consisting of Sir Rodney Walker, Chairman of World Snooker Limited and the WPBSA, Pete Collins, Managing Director, Riley's Pool and Snooker Clubs, Tim Howland, Chief Executive, World Snooker Limited. Thank you, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, to the runner-up is the cheque, the runners-up trophy. Our congratulations for a wonderful tournament goes to John Higgins. And ladies and gentlemen, to the winner, the cheque, the Water for Crystal Trophy, a bottle of champagne to celebrate the title of this year's Riley's Club Masters champion, Ronnie O'Sullivan. Ronnie O'Sullivan, ladies and gentlemen, what a great champion.
Come to in a minute to get John first. John? Well, commiserations, John, but sometimes you just have to hold your hand up and say well played to your opponent, don't you?
Yeah. He was superb. It was like watching a computer game, so it was most of the night. But yeah, fantastic. I missed a couple, but I mean, what can you do? I've only missed a couple, and to lose 10-3 like that, I suppose it's pretty hard to take, but every credit to him. He's playing to a standard I don't think we've seen in the game of snooker, so now it's one of we've all got to try and catch up.
Well, I can tell you, by the way, your pot success today was actually 89%, if that's any consolation to you. But it was just one or two safeties today that went astray, and it was really severe punishment, wasn't it? You just played fantastically well.
Yeah, my safety game, it wasn't too great. I was leaving him in, but every credit to Ronnie. Ronnie's safety was first class. He didn't give me a sniff, and every credit, he was amazing.
Well played this week, anyway. Well, congratulations, but can you play any better than that?
No, you know, that's as well as I've probably ever played really in a match, you know, to produce good form from start to finish. It's very rare for anybody to do that, but to do it in a major final against someone of John's calibre, it just makes it even more satisfying, really, you know.
Now you played to a standard very similar to that when you won the World Championships last year, and afterwards you said to me, got a couple of things to work on. You've obviously worked on them.
Well, there's always things to work on. I think that's why we're professionals, because we're always dedicated, we're always wanting to improve ourselves, and that's why, you know, you get to finals of tournaments, because there's always room for improvement.
Now Ray Reardon's here again this week. Help with the focus.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Ray's fantastic, and you know, if it wasn't for him, I could have gone home in the first round, because I lost a bit of my focus, and Ray just sent me out there and I played a lot better. So yeah, he's been fantastic, and you know, I couldn't have done it without him really.
Now, we've got a couple of tournaments before the World Championships, but it's all geared up for that, isn't it?
Yeah, Sheffield's just round the corner, and you know, all the, you know, everyone seems to be playing half decent there. Stephen, John's coming back to form, and you know, there's 5 or 6 of us that are playing, you know, some good snooker. So, you know, Roland, Sheffield, and it should be entertaining for the fans and for everybody watching. You know. Well,
you were fantastic today, ladies and gentlemen. Your Masters champion, Ronnie O'Sullivan.
He's a snooker genius. As far as our televised snooker is concerned,